What if TUGGtv was not doing metal music in a parallel universe? नमस्ते भाई लोग, टैग टीवी में आपका स्वागत है। आज के वीडियो में हम देखेंगे हनी सिंह के टॉप 5 बीट्स। What's up guys, welcome back to TUGGtv and you're watching another episode of #AskTUGGtv, little mini series where you ask us questions and we answer them to the best of our abilities. Now we've been doing this little mini series of ours for quite some time now. It's been over a year and as usual, can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you have given us. Once again, we've received a lot of questions from you guys, some really awesome ones, and we're going to try and answer as many of them that we can in this episode. We either do that or it is in a future episode. In fact, this time there are a lot of them which require a lot of details and they will be done in separate videos. So stay tuned for that. First time on the channel, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, bell icon helps. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Explain the process of photosynthesis. It's simple. You take a photo, like so, and you add synth.
Bose SD1 versus IBANEZ TS. Okay, out of the two options that is given here, I would always prefer to go for the IBANEZ Tube Screamer. Now coming to the actual reasons why I prefer the Tube Screamer, the first one has to be the fact that the Tube Screamer has, well, that extra push in the mid frequencies when you think about it. For a second there, I almost forgot the word frequency. Now coming to an instrument like the guitar, the mid push is exactly what you need to kind of make the guitar stand out in the whole mix. Also, one thing to be noted here is the fact that you also need to consider what exactly a signal chain is. Just because somebody tells you that the Tube Screamer is going to be the right pedal for you, well, it might not work the same way considering your signal chain.
How to add bass if I don't have bass in Reaper? Sean, that's a really nice question. I was in fact planning to make a video on this. I probably still will. You can let me know in the comments if you want me to get into details, but here's what you do. Open up Reaper, right click, insert a virtual instrument. If you have money to spend, get yourself easy bass. It's by Toontrack. It's a really nice VST. You've got, the vintage type of bass in case you want that kind of sound or a modern bass. And then you can go ahead and select various presets that, you can go ahead and select the kind of sound that you want. If you ain't got money, you can get this. It's called the Forefront Bass Module, completely free. No settings and all of that. It just has one very distinct sort of bass sound. And for the most part, especially when I was learning to use this platform, it kind of came handy to me and I personally like the sound. Once you've done that, you're going to have to go to Insert, a MIDI item, and old school, you're going to have to find the tone that you're looking for and select it from there. And that's how you're going to be creating bass lines.
Yes. Yes. No. Maybe. Well.
When will you guys collab with me for a song or snippet? As soon as Vishesh delivers his project on time. Nah, just kidding. And we're more than happy to collaborate with you guys. We have been having some problems, time crunch and all of that because of work. But having said that, we're still more than happy to collaborate. So if you want to collaborate with us, hit us up either here or on any of our social media handles and let's see what we can work out.
Can you do metal with a Strat neck pickup? Well, theoretically speaking, if you are going to record anything on the neck pickup, it's going to be a bit more bassy. And that considering the factor that you might have a bit of down-tuned guitars and things, well, it might get a bit messy if you do it on the neck pickup. But what this idea presents is an opportunity for us to try out a new experiment. Would you guys be interested in seeing an experiment wherein we say down-tune the whole square by a couple of steps and record everything on the neck pickup? If a lot of you guys are interested in this, well, we might as well make a video out of it.
Who's that girl in your Vines video? That lovely woman is my beautiful wife. Vaibhav asks, thoughts on Iron Maiden's new album Senjutsu? So I haven't heard the whole album, I've only heard a couple of songs that were released. And I'm going to be honest, I have a soft side for Iron Maiden. I grew up listening to them, so my views will be a little bit biased. But what I will say is I am just totally blown away and amazed by what this band can achieve even now. I mean, Dickinson, for his age, he's still able to hold those pitches. Absolutely amazing.
Coming to the album itself, well, it's a typical Iron Maiden album and it has quite a bit of surprising elements here and there, especially considering the solos. Now, when it comes to my review of this album, well, it's neither something which is like extremely awesome, neither is it something bad like, say, Virtual Eleven or X Factor. Now, the instrumentation and the vocals is really on point for an Iron Maiden album, and well, coming to the whole drumming side of things, I felt there were quite a lot of new surprises here and there, which, well, kind of added to making the album better. What I didn't actually like about the album was, well, it could have kind of trimmed down a few places. Now, Iron Maiden is no stranger to longer songs, say 6+ minutes. But considering the second part of this album, well, it could have kind of trimmed down a couple of songs here and there. It's not that the song kind of gets boring or anything of that sort, but well, it kind of does come near the point when it's too repetitive. What did you guys think about this album? We would love to hear your opinions. And also, just to throw a question for all of you guys out there, would you guys be interested in seeing us review a lot of the albums coming out? If this is something that you guys are interested in, let us know in the comments down below as well. If it's something that a lot of you guys would like to see from us, well, why not make it a whole segment? Do you think rock and metal bands from India can achieve success in front of Bollywood music? Well, Dr. Psycho, I think it kind of comes down to the whole definition of what success means to you. If you think there's going to be a metal band out there which is going to overtake the whole Bollywood industry, revolutionize the whole music scene in India, well, that's highly improbable. I'm not telling that it's impossible, but well, you know the circumstances that we live in. But with that said, quite a lot of bands can and have actually made their name in the music industry. There's a huge list of artists and bands who have actually made it big in the world. Also, let's keep in mind there are quite a lot of global platforms like YouTube, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and quite a lot of few other platforms as well, when you can feature your things and well, get recognized.
Dr. Psycho, I have done a video on this in the past. You got a card up here or it's linked in the description. I'm going to be honest, the answer according to me is no. And that's very simple. We live in a country with a population of about 1.4 billion people, and at least 99% of that population is into Bollywood music. If you look at metal, we probably make up like 0.01% of the population, so it's really niche. And because it is a style that niche, you don't have that large of an audience who's getting into it. Which means if you want to do gigs and shows and all of that, the pubs and clubs are also not going to earn a lot of money because they're not getting that much of audience in. So are they ever going to achieve the same level of success as Bollywood music? Not really. Also, if you look at the Bollywood industry on its own, they've got their audience to cater to. And if you're going to try and come in with this kind of music, it's not going to sell the numbers. So even if you are a rock band, you are definitely going to have a lot of industry influence maybe pushed onto you, and that will change the way your final songs are going to sound when they're out, as part of singles or as part of movies, whatever. So yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, just being honest.
How to play solo, how to use pentatonic and other scales, and suggest a good Floyd Rose guitar under 35k. Okay, so solos aren't something which is like, say, godly or anything of that sort. Solos can be simple enough and well, easy enough for you to learn as well. All you need to do is learn a couple of scales, including the pentatonic, what you actually mentioned, and well, using the root note what is being played on a backing chord, well, you kind of start playing around all over the scale till you find something which is actually, well, sounds good. Now keep in mind at the beginning when you're trying to play over all the chords, it's gonna start sounding a bit like you're doing scale runs. That's purely because of the factor that we learn theory well by just boxing ourselves in the first place. Now that you are aware of which are the scales to be used and well, what sounds good, you can always try experimenting with the different intervals which are there, and well, that's how you end up with a good solo. Now I am oversimplifying this for the sake of time and well, quite a lot of techniques which are involved here, but you kinda get the idea by all of this. Now coming to the question about the Floyd Rose guitars, 35,000 Indian rupees is well, kind of in the beginning range of good Floyd Rose guitars. The one I would suggest in this budget is actually the Schecter Demon series. Now these guitars usually cost you somewhere around 25 to 30,000 and come with the Floyd Rose Special. Personally, I've used the Demon V1 FR for say around 5 years or so and well, haven't seen any problems with it. What I can also suggest for this particular budget is to look out on the used market. There are quite a lot of IBANEZs which come on sale which pretty much have say the Low Edge Pro, Edge 3 or any of these weird names that they give to their Floyd Rose bridges.
Alright folks, and with that we come to the end of another episode of #AskTUGGtv. Thank you guys for all the questions that have come in. In case we haven't answered them, as mentioned to you, a lot of them are detailed and will require a video on its own, so stay tuned for those. If you haven't subscribed to us, do subscribe. It really helps us, grow the channel. We're trying to get 5,000 subscribers, so let's see if we can do that. So this is TUGGtv signing off. I will see you in the next one. Until next time, watch some of these other videos and stay metal.